Hello, my name is Bryce Thomas, and I will be offering two different ideas on how to improve the UNG Gainesville campus. My first area of improvement will be the UNG Gainesville Science Building, and primarily the lighting within said building. My proposition would be to install motion sensors for the lighting within all the rooms of the building. These offer a great benefit as excess use of lights when they aren't necessary, or just accidentally leaving a light on. It's a very great use of energy, and it wastes both energy and money. Motion sensors are very good as they can very much so reduce the amount of time that a light is on when not necessary, because they're only activated when there's someone actually occupying a space. Now there's two different types of sensors that are used primarily. You have the ceiling-mounted sensors and the wall-mounted sensors. A wall-mounted sensor is a cheaper sensor that's best used for a smaller room such as an office or a closet, something along those lines, as it has a very small range of motion detection, but is best used in a room where no more detection is necessary than that. A ceiling-mounted sensor, on the other hand, is best used in a large room, such as a classroom or any other space with multiple entrances, as it can detect an entire room at once, thus guaranteeing that the motion made in that room will always be picked up. The wall-mounted sensor is a bit on the cheaper end and runs at about $200 per unit including installation, and offers about $75 in estimated savings a year. The ceiling-mounted sensor, on the other hand, is a bit more expensive. They run about $900 per unit including installation, but they also offer an approximated $200 in savings per year. They both pay themselves off after a few years, and then from then on it's only pure savings. There's also two different ways that these sensors can be activated. You have the vacancy type activation and the occupancy type activation. An occupancy type sensor is activated when any motion is detected in the room and automatically turns the lights on its own. These are best for rooms where you may be entering quite frequently with full hands, so possibly a lab or a storage closet, or they can also just be installed for pure convenience, as they never have to be touched for the lights to be toggled on or off. A vacancy sensor, on the other hand, is a bit better for energy conservation, as, much like a light switch, they must be toggled on. However, both the occupancy and vacancy sensor, after a certain amount of time, if motion isn't detected in a room, they will both toggle themselves off automatically, therefore ensuring that they're never on longer than they need to be. So the other type of improvement would be to the front lawn outside of the student center. The pathways around that lawn create a large amount of impervious surfaces that generate quite a bit of water runoff. Water runoff is actually quite a big contributor to polluting nearby streams and bodies of water, and it's very important that it needs to be taken care of. Now the grass around those areas are quite good at absorbing it, but I believe that planting trees in that area could be quite a bit better and very beneficial to campus overall. Now currently, that area outside the bushes directly beside the buildings, that central lawn area is actually quite empty, just purely being grass. And I believe that planting trees in that area could both aesthetically and ecologically benefit the campus. Planting trees in that area would generate quite a bit of absorption for that water runoff, and very much so help decrease the amount that's going into any nearby streams or bodies of water. My recommendation for a type of tree to use would be a dogwood tree, as they're native to Georgia and have no chance of being invasive. They're also very easy to manage, as they never grow above about 15 feet, and they tend to average between about 10 to 15 feet in height. They're also very aesthetically pleasing, as during the fall they have pinkish red leaves, and then during the summer they have green leaves before falling off for the late fall and spring. And summer, my apologies. They're also a bit on the cheaper end for trees. They run about $100 per fully grown tree, And my recommendation would be to plant 2 rows of 4 trees down each side. This would be 8 trees in total and would provide a very large coverage for absorption in that area, and would run about $800. I believe that as the lawn is currently being fairly unutilized, this would provide a very great aesthetic benefit as well to fill out that area and make it feel a bit less empty. Right, thank you very much.